There's things in our life controlling how we feel about ourselves. And I want you to think about this for a moment. And depending on how those things go, that's how we feel about ourselves. And there's no way inner peace can be experienced when we tie our worth, when we tie our peace to these things. The greatest war, here we go. The greatest war you ever will face in your life. The greatest war you ever will face in your life is right here. Your mind is a battlefield. The enemy wants to win this, right? The enemy wants to win this. The enemy wants to plant thoughts in your head that your life is over. Wants to put thoughts in your head that God doesn't love you. Wants to put thoughts in your head that you're not good enough. Wants to put thoughts in your head that you're not worth it. Because the greatest war is here. It's an internal war. And a lot of us, what we do is we lose this battle because we look out in our life and we justify what we think about ourselves by the external things in our life. So if we thinking that we're not enough and we look around and we don't have relationships or we don't have money or we don't have all these things that we tie our worth to, all these things that make us feel good about ourselves, if we feel like we don't have it, then we say, oh, that must be true about myself. I must not be enough because I don't have what the person on social media has. I don't have what my friends have. I don't have this, I don't have that, so I must not be enough. Not knowing that you were created enough. And I know that seems so cliche to say, but God tells us, Jeremiah 1:5, that before we were formed in the womb, he knew us, he set us apart. And so what that is telling me, and my perception of it is, man, God had a purpose and a plan for me even before I had a plan for myself. God had a purpose and a plan for me, and God gave me everything that I need. God gave me worth before birth. God had a purpose and a plan for me before anybody had to say so about me, before anybody had an opinion about me. But a lot of us, we're tied to these things, and these things are controlling your life. If you want to experience inner peace in your life, okay, if you want to experience more inner peace in your life, you got to make a truce with certain things. And the reason I say a truce is because that war in your brain that you keep going back and forth, that you keep struggling with, you got to make a truce with it. You got to be able to let it go. See, my definition of inner peace is let go and let God. It's to let go and let God. A lot of us, we want to be in control of everything. That's why our life is out of control. A lot of us, we try to control things that we can't even control. We try to control how people feel about us. We try to control, what people say about us. We try to control all these things outside of us that literally we cannot control. We can influence it. We can hope for it. We can pray for it, but we can't control. And those things start to control us. So if that person feels that type of way about me, then that must be true. Oh, that person did that to me. That must be true. Oh, you know what? The job is still treating me like trash. That must be true. And we spend our whole entire life trying to control things that are out of our control. Again, peace is something you will never experience. Please hear me when I say this. Write this down. If you take nothing from this live, peace is something you will never experience if you keep allowing the things that you can't control to control you. Share this message right now if you can. If you can do this, because I'm about to really give y'all some tactical things that'll help. Please share this message if you feel like it's any way helpful. Share this message for me. But I need you to make a truce with 3 things in your life. All right, 1 to 3 things. If you want to experience inner peace. Number 1, make a truce with your past. Okay? Depression. I want y'all to understand this. Depression comes from trying to change a past that can't be changed. If you think about depression, you're trying to change something that can't be changed. Anxiety comes from trying to control a future that you haven't even experienced yet. But a lot of us, what we have done, we have chained our worth to our past. We feel we're not worthy because of our past, because of our mistakes, because of our losses, because of our setbacks, because of our experience in our past. And you're determining who you are today by something that you can no longer change. You can't change your past. I'm not telling you to ignore your past. I'm not trying to give you a formula that it didn't exist. Your past has a big part of actually shaping who you are today. But you got to make a truce with it. You got to stop living in things that you can't control. You got to stop chaining your self-worth to something that happened 5 years ago, to something that happened 6 years ago, to something that happened a year ago.